Jesus said, beware of fakes. And evidently, I don't have the right Jesus said on the screen because, as you may be aware, we had some technical difficulties and just getting everything back together. But that's what Jesus said today. Beware of fakes. Good morning, Jennifer. Good to see you this morning. Good morning, Tina. And this is 755 Live. About 5 minutes of what Jesus said. You can find a different command of Jesus to incorporate those commands into our daily lives at our weekday Bible plan at bible.today.church. And as we talk today about what Jesus said, the soundbite version is beware of fakes. This comes from Matthew 7:15 through 20, where Jesus said, beware of false prophets who come disguised as harmless sheep, but are really vicious wolves. You can identify them by their fruit, that is, by the way they act. Can you pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? A good tree produces good fruit, and a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. So every tree that does not produce good fruit is chopped down and thrown into the fire. Kind of a sobering thought. Yes, just as you can identify a tree by its fruit, so you can identify people by their actions. Jesus said, beware of fakes. Now, to put this in context, the meaning here is that the good news isn't just about information, it's about transformation. And that a changed heart changes not only your actions, but even your motives and your intentions. Now, before Jesus mentioned this in context in Matthew 7:14, he's talking about the gateway to life being very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. And then after this, he says in Matthew 17:21, he says, not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father will enter. And then he talks about Judgment Day and says that many are going to say, Lord, we did miracles. We cast out devils in your name. We prophesied in your name. But he said, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break God's law. Beware of fakes. It's not what you say that makes you a Jesus follower. It's the following part. It's easier to talk the talk than to walk the walk. So we need to be careful. Good words and profound teaching and great Facebook memes that we share are good, but they're not enough. What about our actions? Are they humble, kind, and compassionate? Do we love our enemies? Are we really concerned for the poor, the needy, the sick, and hurting? During our early morning prayer, we were talking about that. It's not about the information, it's about the transformation. And you can't do the right thing the wrong way. A tree produces the kind of fruit that it is, and a good tree is going to produce good fruit, and a bad tree is going to produce bad fruit. You can't do the right thing the wrong way. So bitterness, judgment, pride, you can't hide those things with words. Look for the kind of fruit that looks and sounds and acts like Jesus. Who are the false prophets today? Well, Paul warned his protege Timothy in 2 Timothy 2:4-3. He said, a time is coming when people will no longer listen to sound and wholesome teaching. They will follow their own desires and will look for teachers who will tell them whatever their itching ears want to hear. Be careful who you're listening to. Jesus said, beware of fakes. Does the fruit of their lives look like the commands of Jesus? Because a tree is going to produce the kind of fruit that the tree is. And our lives are going to produce what is actually in our hearts. It's not about the information. It's about the transformation. Jesus said, beware of fakes. How can we put that into action today. That's the Jesus Said for today. You can find some more information about making the Bible a part of your daily life at bible.today.church. If this is meaningful to you, it really helps if you like it, if you share it, if you comment on social media. Thank you, Aaron. Great to see you this morning. Appreciate you checking in. Mandy, good to see you checking in, and Tina as well. And just really appreciate your support. And like this, share this, and do what Jesus said today. Beware of fakes. Have an amazing day.